A rally was held for Republican candidates Charlie Baker and Karen Polito on 11/2/2014, which was a Sunday. The rally was held at the Plymouth VFW on Seven Hills Road in Plymouth, Massachusetts. State Rep. Vinnie DiMacedo hosted the event. He is running for re-election in his state Senate seat. Those in attendance included Charlie Baker, who's running for governor, Karen Polito, who's running for lieutenant governor, Brian Herr, who's running for United States Senate, John Miller, who's running for Attorney General, Mike Heffernan, who's running for treasurer, Patricia St. Aubin, who's running for auditor, John Chapman, who's running for Congress in the 9th District, and Dave D'Arcangelo, who's running for Secretary of State. There was a whole laundry list of other state reps and officials that were in attendance. Vinnie DiMacedo read off this list, and I'm not going to attempt to better him on that. The VFW hall had an overflow crowd. I would estimate it to be in the range of 300 to 400 people in attendance. Well, anyhow, let's cut to the chase. Here's Charlie Baker, who will probably be our new governor.
Here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I am so proud to be a member of the Republican Party, to be a friend of Charlie Baker, because he is going to be the wave that lifts all boats, and so all of us, from the top of the ticket and from the bottom of the ticket, are going to benefit because of his character, because of his commitment to this community, and because he gets it. He understands what it's going to take to turn the Commonwealth around, and he knows how to work with people. I could not be prouder, and I want to take this opportunity to introduce the next governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
So as I listened to my fellow candidates talking, people were talking about the number of hours. I think it's about 54 and a half hours until the polls close at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. I am. And my wife is counting too, by the way. You get 3 hours off for the Patriots game, all right? So now we're talking 50 hours plus or minus, maybe a meal or two along the way. 50 hours between now and the polls close on Tuesday. And we have a lot of opportunity to take this state in a better direction. But let's face it, folks, the people who think the status quo is just fine will be out in force. They will not lose a minute between now and Tuesday because they want to hold on to what they have. And they know that the people want change. They know it because they talk to the same people we talk to. And when I'm out there campaigning and people are saying, we need some change, they're not looking for dimes and quarters. In fact, they feel they've been nickel and dime to death for the better part of the past 7 years. And you know what? They're right. But that's why the other side will play real hard between now and the end, and we need to stand up and play hard too. We put more time and more effort and more resource into building the voter identification and get out the vote team than we've ever done before. And many of the people, as I look around this room, have been a big part of our success. We started knocking on doors and making phone calls in May. We organized a coordinated effort. We opened up 25 field offices. And we went to work. And we figured out, with the help of many of the people in this room and tons of others, where our vote is and who we need to deliver on Election Day. And there's no doubt in my mind that we will push this as hard as we possibly can between now and 8 o'clock on Tuesday. But everybody's got to play. Because the other side, they're going to work real hard to hold on to what they've got. We need to fight just as hard. Take it away. Who's going to put the time and the effort in between now and 8 o'clock on Tuesday?
We are!
I want to hear who's going to put the effort in. A bunch of people have heard me say this for 2 weeks. Elections are won by those who show up. Woulda, coulda, shoulda doesn't count. Good intentions don't count. The only thing that counts are votes. Elections are won by those who show up. The people want a more transparent and accountable government. They want a state government that tightens its belt and lives with the same capacity to stretch a dollar that they live with every day. I know they're with us, because I've been everywhere in this Commonwealth. I've talked to people in cities, in suburbs, in rural areas, on farms, you name it. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or an independent, whether you're from a community of color or not. I'm telling you, the people want a state government that's as thrifty as they are. They want one they got to show up. We don't win if our vote doesn't show up. Now I know that's a pretty simple concept, but I've been hearing for months that the way the Democrats are going to deal with all the polling is with their get out the vote effort. That's what I've been hearing. I'm sure you'll hear it too. The big machine. Well, every one of you has the ability to be part of a big machine. And whether you're helping us with the work that we need to do out of our field operations, or you're just calling your friends and your neighbors and the people you work with, you have influence and you have power. You call 10 friends, and they call 10 friends, and they call 10 friends. That's 1,000 people. 1,000 people. Now, an election where we're going to have 2.2 million people, plus or minus, turn out, let's suppose a lot of these races come down to 3 or 4 points. 3 or 4 points in a 2.2 million person election, 66 to 88,000 votes. And if you flip half of them, you win. Every vote counts. Even in a statewide, every vote counts. In a congressional race, every vote counts. Although, he's going to win big. Every vote counts. Now, Karen and I and the rest of the team, we're going to spend the next 50 hours doing what we've been doing for the past 50 weeks. Making the case to voters about our plans to improve our economy, improve our Commonwealth, tighten the belt, and bring that balance and transparency and accountability and discipline to Beacon Hill that we so desperately need, and Capitol Hill. The people are with us, but we all got to show up. So my fundamental message to you is help people show up. And yesterday we got the endorsements of a ton of Democrats and independents, most of whom are local officials across the Commonwealth. They came out and endorsed us because they know we're on the right side of the issues. And that's great. There's a lot of momentum for everybody in that. But in the end, it's all about who shows up. That was not very good, guys. Can we try that one more time? In the end, it's all about who shows up. Thank you. Now let's make sure. So let's make sure everybody shows up on Tuesday. We have a great time Tuesday night. And on Wednesday, we start building a better Commonwealth and a better country. Thank you very much.